Okay, I'm live finally. Okay, good. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I got yeah. So I figured it out and yeah, so I'm on. Okay, sorry about that. So let's get started because I have some things to tell you guys and then hello BB Jed and P, Kathy Wallace, Jackie Bannon, Karen, Hoa, Moira, Michelle, Carla, Peggy, Sandra. Hello. Okay, so I've got some things to tell you guys. A couple of things that I need to tell you right away because they're kind of a downer. So I'll start with the bad news first. They're just kind of weird, but I keep getting them, so I'm like, well, I guess I do need to tell you guys. So I keep seeing a guy in prison, and I'll tell you how I see it, and so you guys can think, well, decide how you take it, or what you feel like, or who it is, because I don't know, but I'm kind of like up, like it's like from the ceiling looking down, and there's a guy sitting with his back to me. It's definitely a man. Guy sitting with his back to me, and there's bars, and he's just sitting on the bed. So he's in jail for sure, and he's got his head down, like he's upset, ashamed, whatever. But that's the vision. So somebody's going to jail. I know that. I'm not sure who it is, but somebody, and he has dark hair. So I don't know, somebody's going to jail. That's what I just wanted to let you know. And then the other thing was something about a suicide attempt, suicide. But I feel like, to me, it kind of feels like an attempt, but it also feels like they kind of like cover it up, or try to say like this person's in the hospital because they have pneumonia, or they have a nervous exhaustion or something. But I don't think it's successful. I think it's just an attempt. But so I just wanted to let you know, I keep getting those two things, and usually if I do, it means either it's significant, like it's a significant event, or it's gonna happen soon. So I'm just letting you guys know, okay? And I'm sorry, they're downer things, but I just felt like I needed to let you guys know. So I thought we would start with I thought we'd do like a Mother's Day and do like some of the women, because Donald Trump's mom did such a great job raising her son, and she's so great that I thought we might look at her and look at like some of the Trump women, kind of, and just see what they're like. So I did that. I did a little, but I wanted to do some of it live because I just think it's interesting. So I might have to like pause for a second and just be silent, just so I can get information. I can't really like talk at the same time, so it might be just a second. But I wanted to start with his mom, and one thing I got was that she, and something that's similar about a lot of, I don't think Ivana, but the other ones, it's like there's a through line. They're immigrants. They're like him, his mom, I'm sorry, not him, his mom, Ivana, Melania. I think the only one who's not was the Marla Maples, but there's like a kind of a through line with some of them, that they're immigrants. They were poor, and they're very poor and became very rich. And they changed. I can tell you right now, the most normal one feels like it would be like Marla Maples. She seems, and she's kind of she gives a lot of money away, actually. His mom, I feel like she was poor and got very rich, and was kind of a, it's like she didn't have the mom gene. She was kind of, she was a little bit cold, and a little distant, and she was a little bit, she liked the lifestyle. She really liked the lifestyle, and she was really into appearances, how things looked. And that kind of leads to Ivana as well. She had a real obsession with things appearing a certain way, and I would say that with Melania as well. They like to put to for things to look like they're perfect, look like everything's great. Ivana was kind of in and out of her kid's life. It feels like they had a lot of help and stuff like that. She also, his mom liked Ivana. His mom liked her. His dad was gone a lot. And when he was there, he seemed like he was very, like, he ruled the roost. He was very strict and had weird values or something. He saw the world in a weird way. I feel like his dad, either he wasn't there, like he was absent, or he didn't have a dad or something. I know he did, though. I know there's a grandpa, so I don't know, but he feels like he wasn't there. And then, going back to Ivana, it was very important for her kids to like get an education, have manners, like, again, a lot of appearance things, to look a certain way, to always be to look, like they're well dressed and things like that. It was all about appearances for her. And she was very smart. She wanted to be involved in the business, and so they would give her stuff to do, like, it feels like decorate stuff, like do the woman kind of stuff. Like they wouldn't let her like actually have any power. She was very smart, and she would tell him to do or not do things, and he wouldn't listen to her. And sometimes would just be, well, we know how he is now. He would kind of, he'd do just the opposite just to piss her off. So, and then when he wouldn't listen to her and she was right, she would rub it in. And that was a big thing. Because she wanted to be more involved. And again, she didn't really have like that mom gene. She wasn't like very warm, and she didn't like have that kind of feeling you have for mom. Also, something just came through that his mom, she favored the other son. Donald's mom favored the other son. And Donald really wanted his dad's approval. Surprise, surprise. But he wasn't around. And his mom is, they're saying that his mom said that his dad was a liar and he's a liar. Like they're the same in the negative ways. They're both liars. What else? Melania is a lot like Ivana in a lot of ways. She's a lot about appearances, the way things look, the way things appear. She's obsessed with, I think it's like Jackie Kennedy. She's like, she wants herself to be seen in a certain, I think it's Jackie Kennedy. I think that's who it seems like that to me, like Jackie Kennedy. She wants to be like that. She wants to be seen like that. With Bannon, I'll say, with Bannon, it's weird because it seems like he's like not there or something, or they keep him hidden, like, or he's like hidden away or something. It comes across like they keep him away from people, and he's a lonely kid. He doesn't see a lot of people, but they keep him like away from maybe it's just the public. I'm not sure, but he seems like kind of a lonely kid, and she is gone a lot. All the moms were gone a lot. Except for the Marla Maples. Like I said, I get the most normal feeling from her, even though money kind of changed her, and she met him at a difficult time in his life. So she really cared about him, and she was really heartbroken over the whole situation. Ivana, his mom, Melania, once they got money, because I feel like those three were poor. Maybe not Ivana, but a couple of them were poor, and they became rich, and they didn't want to be poor ever again. That was very important, and they really loved the lifestyle and the trappings of being rich and stuff. So they really, really liked that. So, okay. So anyway, okay. So moving on, I'm going to move on to just a couple of other things. One is I was speaking to a caller that somebody that I spoke to, a subscriber that I had a reading with, and she wanted me to talk about Steve Bannon because she's like, you never talk about Steve Bannon. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I'm seeing with him is pill bottles lined up. I don't know if he just has a lot of prescriptions or if he has a drug problem, but there's like pill bottles lined up. He seems like he has something chronic, a condition. It almost feels like gout or something like that, like something that's kind of painful, but it's chronic. But I see like medications lined up, and drinking. He drinks. He's also. It's weird. He comes across like. He comes across like his life didn't. He saw his life going a different way. It's not like he's like completely disappointed, but it's like he had one view of himself as a younger man, and as he got older, something changed. He didn't fulfill kind of what he wanted to fulfill. He thinks Donald Trump's an idiot. I mean, everybody does, but he thinks Donald Trump's an idiot. He also thinks he's wasting his opportunity, that Donald Trump is wasting his opportunity. There's something he thinks he should be doing that he's not doing, and more things he should be doing that he's not doing. He believes in like controlling people through chaos, like making chaos to control people, like the shock doctrine, kind of like making people like worried and stuff to control things. He's smart, very smart, but he's a blowhard. He always thinks he's right. He always thinks, there's his wife. Is he married? Okay, if he's married, it's like he's not married. He's never home. He's never there. He's always gone. If he's not married, then he's not married. But it feels like if he is married, he's never there. He's always gone. And he's how do I say this? I see him like with like prostitutes and stuff. So anyway, I'm not going to that. Sorry about that. Sorry for eating dinner, but yeah. So I'm not going to go there. Okay, so that's him. He seems great. Okay, so and then the last thing was Roe v. Wade. My sister is really worried about Roe v. Wade. The only thing I can tell you is that there is something that stops this craziness with because I feel like Georgia and Alabama, there's something about this stuff that's going to go to court. There's something about this that it's stopped by, there's one woman, and it's either an organization or some kind of organizing, but it's those two things came through very strongly that they're going to stop it. It's like it's I think it's one woman and like an organizing or organization. Okay. Oh, someone just said he's divorced. Maybe that's why. Maybe sorry, Steve Bannon. They're saying he was divorced, so maybe that's why. So anyway, yes, Anita, I'm a Democrat, and it's what I can't. It's fine. It's okay. I know that I've been actually really lucky not to have a lot of people that have been like you know, critical and, being, trolling or whatever. We've been really, really lucky. I love the community that we've built. And if it happens, it happens. I can't. At this point, if you're still with this administration, there is something wrong. Get to a counselor. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. And do you guys have any questions? Because if you do, we'll move on to some questions. And if not, then I'll just say have a good weekend. But if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to oh, okay. So a woman's right to choice. Yeah. They're pushing the limits right now. They're like in Georgia, Alabama, they're pushing it, and they're trying to push it so that it's going to be this national thing and this national discussion, kind of like how, the gay marriage thing kind of started in California and then it went up to the Supreme Court. They're pushing it. But there's a woman and either an organization or some kind of organizing that just stops it. So just letting you know, that's what I'm getting. So hopefully that is a thing. Was Trump involved in human sex trafficking? Okay. I have always seen that he wasn't involved in it, like financially involved or invested in it, but he has like used the services of. Ever since that Epstein guy, I've always seen that. And I hate, it's so awful and it's so gross that I don't even want to go there. But that's what I've seen. I'm not financially like involved, but in, supporting it, I guess you'd say. I have questions. How do I quiet my spirit gifts? I'm not sure. I tend to have I kind of have a ritual that I do. It's very short and it's not, I don't like light candles or, it's not like a blood sacrifice or anything like that, but it's just a very short thing that kind of lets my guides know that I'm ready to work. I know that like Long Island Medium, I know she does the same thing, but it's kind of like a ritual just to let them know like you're ready and you're getting ready. And it's usually, I know a lot of people use like a prayer, but I think it's mainly that you need to kind of develop that ability to know that you're conversing with them and to let them know I'm not on duty. I know there was one psychic medium that used to wear a hat when she was like off duty and then take it off when she was on. So I think that, you need to be able to set boundaries. So do that. And you can do that. Just try to start doing that. Have a ritual and ask your spirit guides to help to quiet them and to stop it. That's the only thing I can think of. If other people might have other ideas, but that's what I do. I have kind of just like a little thing I say right before just to let them know, okay, I'm ready, Okay. Is there something shady around Prince Harry's child being born? I don't think so. I don't think anything shady about it. I did get the feeling though that even when he talked about that this child's going to be kind of a wild kid, kind of kind of like him, kind of like Andrew, kind of that kind of spirited, kind of like go-getter, but that's one thing that I got. Okay. Will Mueller testify? Yes. I've always seen Mueller testifying, and talk about Mueller. Mueller's going to testify. I still get like that he's aware that he's probably going to have to, and he's not really looking forward to it. like I said before, I feel like he feels like it's his duty. A lot of things are like that for him. It's just like, this is what I have to do. He's very principled, and so he's gonna do it. If they subpoena him, he will be there. Um, he's not like these other guys where they're wishy-washy on their morals or on their moral compass. He's not that way. If they tell him he has to be there, he will be there. um, McGahn, okay, will McGahn testify? um, you know what, it's not perfectly clear to me, but I'm more leaning to yes, but that it might be a bit of a struggle. Not that it's not already, but there might be some like negotiating back and forth a little bit more. I even think that maybe Mueller might testify before him, um, for some reason. But I do think he'll make it there. I do think he will in the end testify. Um, I can't, he's a little bit like Rosenstein, that I can't really see where he's at. He feels like he's constantly going back and forth. He doesn't have like a like Mueller is very like, you can nail him down when you look at him, whatever you want to say, psychically or intuitively. Um, yeah, it's he has that, just that moral black and white. That's it. And he's brave. He's a brave person. He's not a coward. He's a very brave person. Okay. Will we learn the truth through Mueller and McGahn? I said on the last one that Mueller, they kept telling me that Mueller's testimony would be historical. That's what they said, like historical. So I'm sure it will have a huge impact. So yeah, it's going to have a big impact. McGahn, I feel like McGahn will tell the truth. If he testifies, he'll tell the truth. There's something weird with him, you guys. I don't know. There's something weird with him. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he'll go into kind of a self-protective mode and be a little cagey, but there's something a little that I'm unsure about with him. But I do think he'll testify, and I do think he'll tell the truth. Maybe it won't just won't have kind of a huge impact or something. But okay, so hi everybody. Oh, happy Mother's Day, everybody. Okay, hello, Lily and Deriza, or Aria, Tack, Louisa, Aria, hi. Our artist painter, Journey's Angel. Will Junior and Kushner pay? I've always seen them going to jail. Whether it's now or later, I've always seen them going to jail. And I can also tell you that Jared Kushner and Ivanka, I said this before, but I keep seeing it. They're hiding money. They're sending it. They're sending it out of the country. They're hiding it. I don't know about Junior, and I don't ever see that for anybody else. Just those two. They are very worried about their money, so they're sending it overseas. And like I said, that Crown Prince, I'm telling you, he's helping Jared Kushner do stuff with his money. Impeachment. Can Mueller push the cause for impeachment? I think his testimony will. If they're not already there by the time that Mueller testifies, I think he may be the piece that's missing, especially for the public. Like I said, they said it's historical, so that tells me it's going to have a huge impact. And so I personally think that if they haven't started impeachment, they will with Mueller's testimony. It's really weird. And I still find it weird to talk about because I've never seen him impeached. So that's kind of weird. I've always either seen him just leaving or getting voted out. Even that I'm not sure about, but I've always just kind of see him going, kind of like Nixon, a little bit like Nixon, where so maybe they will start, but then he'll just go because he doesn't want any part of it. But now I don't know. I mean, I think he may go to jail. So anyway, okay. Is Donald Trump now committing obstruction of justice by passing on these subpoenas? It's funny because I was watching something, it wasn't related. It was, we were watching something about the 70s, and that came through that they were like, the charges were being added, like literally, like as we sit here, charges are being added. So it could be that it's more obstruction stuff, or they're just finding stuff, but it's like things being added onto the charges he already has. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be obstruction, but I definitely saw things like being added to like a list, like a growing list of stuff. Has Trump been involved with abortions? Yes, he has. That's what in fact, this morning I said this would be a great time for those women to step forward and say, because he has, and in fact, he's helped bury stories of other people. He's helped to bury stories of other people. I'm not sure what that is, but he's helped to cover things up for other people. So if they're out there, I hope they come forward, because that would be a great help. Maybe something like that. Maybe that is the woman that, helps to stop this, but yes. Yeah. Okay. And then agree with you, Kim. I feel the same way. Okay. Will the Saudi prince betray Jared? I don't. It's funny. I don't think he'll betray him, but he isn't as on his side as Jared thinks. He thinks he's a pushover. He thinks he'll take advantage of him. The stuff with money, I feel like it's like he trusts him to do something, and so maybe in that way it's kind of betrayal. But I feel like it's more like he'll take advantage of him. He'll take advantage of him. I already think he does. I think he gets him to talk. I think he gets him to say stuff. I think he gets him to make promises and stuff. I think they think he's an easy mark. He's like and he also finds him weird. I remember that last time that the crown prince thinks Jared is like a weirdo, which is so crazy coming from him because he's a freak as well. But he's like he makes him uncomfortable, and he's kind of weird. So anyway, I just found that funny. Yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna take a few more questions, and then I'll let you guys enjoy your Mother's Day weekend. If you're a mom, happy Mother's Day. And if you're with your if you just have your little animals like this one, then happy Mother's Day too. They're your babies. And happy Mother's Day, or happy Mother's Day. Happy hi to Cassie. I think Cassie's online. So hi. Okay, so I miss Cassie so much. We love her so much. We miss her. Okay, so okay. Let's see. Anything else? Yes, Jared's creepy. I agree. Happy girl. He is. There's something about him and that Stephen Miller that's just, ugh, I don't know what it is. Okay. Is the U.S. intelligence apparatus trying to undermine Trump? The U.S. intelligence apparatus trying to undermine Trump. If you mean like intelligence, like the FBI, CIA, if that's what you're talking about, no. Although I have to say, I feel like that Christopher Wray, is a pretty upstanding guy, and I think he's very worried. He comes across like he's losing, like literally like he's losing sleep. I see that. Do you know that card in the tarot deck, the one with the swords where the woman is sitting up and she's like crying? I see that card with him. Like he's worried. He's definitely worried. What is Melania really feeling towards Trump? Um, I feel like Melania, there was a time that she was really in love with him. And I think that she's gotten used to kind of just going through the motions because, well, I mean, now because of this, but I don't think she's like in love with him. I feel like she doesn't care, to be honest. I feel like he does stuff to just be like, just do this to keep her out of my way or to shut her up, whatever. And she's kind of, she's indifferent in a way. It's actually really sad. It seems like I think Trump is loveless and joyless anyway. But there's something about, I always see around the casinos, around the casino time, and now we know from that New York Times thing about all the money he lost. But there's something around that time that he changed, and he was always kind of a blowhard and a jerk and horrible and stuff. But there's something around that time that he changed. He became like a mean person, a mean guy. But Melania, I feel like she was like in love with him. There was a time that they were in love, but they've grown apart, and she couldn't deal with like the cheating and stuff like that, and just couldn't handle a lot of that stuff. And so she's kind of just like turned off emotionally. So I'd say like emotional neglect and kind of, yeah, it's just like a loveless, marriage. Tell us about Brexit. Okay. Brexit. I actually feel, and I always have felt that they'd reach an agreement. I'm a little confused as to where everything is right now. I don't really keep up on every little thing that happens. I know it's like an ongoing thing. I always felt like there'd be kind of it's almost like a half and half. Like they would kind of be still involved with the EU, but it would be under certain terms. But that's kind of always how I felt it would go. Like there would be some kind of like Brexit kind of thing, but that it would be with conditions that they would still be with the EU. And it may have stuff to do with like people who work there, who, so they don't lose their jobs and stuff like that. And they can like come and go. But that's kind of what I've always felt, was that there'd be some kind of agreement where they could all stay. I could stay involved, but there'd be kind of a Brexit to satisfy the Brexit people. So anyway, okay. Okay. All right. So let's take a couple more questions. And I know I don't understand why Trump keeps getting married either. Maybe it shows just one type of optimism he has, because he seems like such a downer. Maybe, I don't know. It's a mystery too, because he always loses money when he gets divorced. So I'm not sure. We'll be rid of Trump before he destroys us internationally. Yeah, I mean, I know that the wheels seem like they're coming off right now. It's going to turn around, and I know that it's going to be a little unsettling and a little crazy, but it's going to be okay. And that's the reason I started the channel, was because I wanted you to know that as crazy as this gets, and it is, that it will be okay. We're going to come out of this. And like I said, this is us deciding as a country who we are. And this is also a lesson, because he's such a perfect composite of horrible traits, particularly like greed and like cruelty, and kind of the things that have kind of run through the Republican Party the last many years, and just how corrupt the government has gotten. So it's us deciding who we are. And most of us know who we are. there's a small portion that it's unsettling. It's sad that there's these people out here that support him and the things that, all the crazy stuff he says and does, but that's their thing to deal with, I guess. But it'll be okay. It will be okay. Tell us about Sarah Sanders. I kind of covered her last time, but one thing I will tell you that came through just recently was that she had a weird thing with her dad. I feel like he would criticize her and kind of put her down. And she wanted to become she molded herself around him, to be like him, almost like a mirroring thing, where she mirrored the things he would say, the things he would do to get his approval. And it may be obvious because he's in politics, she's in politics, but it was very it was almost almost emotionally abusive in a way, so or verbally abusive in a way. But it was a lot of this stuff is trying to show her dad that look how much alike we are. We're just the same. So, but I think she's just going to go, she'll be kind of disgraced, she'll be like a lot of the people that have worked for him and just kind of be her. Will anything happen to Stephen Miller? You know what? I actually think that as we go forward and there's so many things that once they start digging into this stuff with the kids and the kids taking the kids from their parents, all the immigrant families, there's going to be indictments, and he may be one of them. I do think it's going to land in court. I think people are going to have to answer for this. Kind of like in the Bush days with the torture stuff. I know that, a lot of people didn't get, go to jail or anything, but it's going to be like that kind of thing where it goes through a court system. And I do think there's going to be indictments there. So he could be one of them. Yes, he is soulless. I agree. Will his taxes be seen? Yes, they will be. They'll be seen. I actually don't think it's going to be that long either. I'm not great with timing though, but I do think it's not going to be that as long as we think. But yeah, they're going to see him. Will the stock market crash? It's funny because whenever I try to look at the economy, I always see an area falling. It could be the farming industry, and so prices get raised. I don't know what, but the frustrating thing, and sometimes this just happens, and I don't know why, but it's like an area. It's kind of like how in the 80s the savings and loans went down. In the 2000s, the housing market crashed. It's like that. There's something that's going to crash. I want to say it's something to do with these stupid tariffs, but I can't tell you for sure. But there is an area. There's one area that's just going to go down. Looking at how the farming is, it could be the farming industry, unfortunately. Okay, so. Okay, how about a couple more questions? Oh, the unredacted Mueller report. Thank you. I think I almost feel like Mueller is going to testify before we see the unredacted report. I'm not sure why. I don't know why it's going to be so difficult to get, or why that is. Why it would be easier to get him than just to get the report. But I kind of feel like we might hear from him first and then get the report. It's like, it doesn't matter at that point. He'll have said everything, so they'll just release it. But I think that is how it's going to go. Sandra asks, will who's that? Oh, Jim Jordan get in trouble over the wrestling scandal? I do think he will. I don't know if he'll go to jail or anything, but I think it's going to be kind of one of those things that's like a black mark on his, not that it isn't already, but it's kind of a black mark on his reputation. I I also wanted to recommend something for you guys. On the Psychic Violetta, on her channel, she did a fascinating thing on the Freedom Caucus. And so you might want to watch that. It was really interesting. Nothing that ever came up on my radar, but I love her channel and she's great. So I just thought I would bring that up. But it's really, really good, and it's really interesting. And it kind of talks about those guys like Jim Jordan and some of those guys. So you might want to check that out. When will Mueller testify? I think it'll be pretty soon. Again, I'm not great with timing, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be like, it feels like it could be like May, maybe beginning of June, something like that. Will we have a president again, or will it change? No, we will have a president again. I know all of this seems, especially this week has just been ridiculous. So yes, we will have, because these people, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, people that have been in government for years and years and years, a lot of Republicans, they're not going anywhere. The like good Republicans that are like coming out now and saying this guy's crazy, they're not going anywhere. So this is going to end a specific way. And honestly, it's to teach us and to get us involved, decide who we are, and change things. So that's that. It's going to be okay. Okay, so all right. Cambridge Analytics. There's going to be more stuff about them. I know they've like changed their name and whatever, but when Mueller testifies, there's going to be more stuff about them, because I know there's more stuff there. I know there is. I always see garbage cans whenever I hear that name. I always see literally like trash in a garbage can. That's the image that I see. Okay, la la la. I don't know why there's spoilers on the Avengers, and I didn't see the Avengers movie, so I don't know anything about it. How will the redrawn districts affect Ohio? I do actually. I think it's not just going to be Ohio. I think there's going to be some changes in the districts. I think that the Democrats will. I know it's far away, and I need to get closer to it, but I kind of feel like they'll take back the Senate. So it could be interesting in the next few years after Trump is gone. Who'll be the next president? I always thought, like I said, I keep saying, and I know that Joe Biden is like the thing, and it could be Joe Biden. I've always seen a younger man and a younger woman. So, and younger, now that everybody's like 70 and 75 years old, they could be 60 years old, but it's like a younger man and a younger woman. I'm not sure if it's the woman that's the president, vice president, I'm not sure, but okay. All right, last question. Yes, the next president. That's what I've always seen. And I think I said before, I saw Kamala Harris, I think actually anyone would be great. I would vote, for their shoes to be over president, over Trump. So yeah, so sorry, 1 second. Oh, but I always saw Kamala Harris as the next attorney general. So we'll see about that. Okay, and then Mitch McConnell. I think he's going to be retiring after this. But I do think he's going to be. There's something with money with him. That was the other thing. When I saw Barr's, it was like on a comedy show, but Barr's picture came up, and I saw him in debt. So I don't know if he had debt, and that's kind of why he's come back into the picture. I know that the whole thing with Mueller was bugging him, and that they have this rivalry. But I saw like him with like debt. So I don't know. Last thing, what's next for Obama? That's kind of weird. I see him like it's almost like worldwide, like doing like, what is that? It's like talking worldwide, talking to people worldwide. Um, I mean, I'm sure, that he'll be involved in the elections and stuff like that, but there's something that's like, it's like speaking to people worldwide. I keep saying that, worldwide, but that's what I keep thinking of. Anyway, okay, so yeah, prayers for our country right now for sure. Oh, Violetta said Burr has gambling problems. Okay, there you go. But yeah, I just saw him with debt. I didn't know how or why, but there just seemed to be he had debt. Okay, so guys, I'm going to sign off. Oh, Don Jr. Don Jr. He's in trouble. He could be the guy that's sitting in the jail. He could be. I didn't get, like I said, I didn't get a picture of exactly who it was. But yeah, that's, he's in trouble. Basically, he's in trouble. Like I said, I've always seen him and Kushner going to jail at some point. So there's that. Oh, Linda G said that Barr is intimidated by his wife. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, have a good, happy Mother's Day weekend. Spend it with your mom or spend it with your doggy or whatever. Oh, I'll put Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Lucy's had a hurt leg, but it's much better now. Okay, thanks, guys. And I just want to tell you, too, that, I got a couple of, not really troll emails, whatever. They're just emails. But just saying, this person on this website was right and this person was wrong. And, you're right about this, you're wrong about this. I promise you, especially the people that we talk about, that have the psychic sides, they're doing the best they can. We're all doing the best we can. Nobody's trying to, if we get something wrong, it's not like, well, that's it, I'm done. It's like, I think we get things wrong for a couple of reasons. One is that people have their free will, so things can change. The other is to keep us humble. What would it be like and how obnoxious would someone be if they knew everything all the time? And also, we're here to experience stuff. So, I didn't see the burning of Notre Dame. And I thought that was such a big thing, but I thought also I was shocked by it. And I had all these feelings about it. And had I known it was coming, it may not have been the same. So I really don't try to judge if I get something wrong, if I get something right, if I try to keep like my ego out of it. But I just wanted to explain that so that you don't think, well, this person got this thing wrong, so I'm done. It happens. It does happen. And I promise you, everybody's doing the best they can. So, okay. So if you want a reading with that, I'm going to be wrong. If you want a reading, send me an email at intuitiview@gmail.com or go to schedulicity.com and in the search engine, put like Intuitiview 94590 is the zip code and search and it'll come up. And, visit the channel and subscribe and tell all your friends. And we may do another live stream next weekend. If we don't, we'll do just like a regular episode, but we'll probably do the live streams until we figure out how we're going to do the episodes because it's just easier. Okay. So good night, everybody. Good night, Nancy and Deriza Watts and Diana and Cyn. SCYN and artist painter Tag Nancy Eldred Shinanogutai. Okay. Palma, Melissa, Eldra, Pamela, Jackie, Journey, Jackie Schroeder, Tina Pruitt, Sandra R. Good night, everybody. Good night, Diana, Doriza, Margine, and Eileen, and that's it. Elizabeth, that's it. Okay, bye guys. Have a good night and a good weekend. Happy Mother's Day.